So I've been watching this situation with Trump and Iran, and I'm watching it because, wow, something has happened where they have to move everything up. There's a timeline. Something happened where they have to move everything up and shift everything and do it very quickly. Something has changed. We also know that Iran is a fucking Stargate. That's just keep that in your mind at all times. That's a Stargate. Okay? This is an ancient Stargate. The other thing that I want to bring to your attention, first let me go back to this. I don't follow Trump. I don't care about the politics, okay? I'm reading the story that the realm is telling us. Trump posted on Truth Social, we now have control over the skies over Iran. Yeah, he says they've got some little weapons or whatever, some equipment, but our stuff is way, way better. American made. He makes sure that it's very clear that it was American weapons that took control of the skies over Iran. And he very specifically says, we have control of the skies. All right, hold that for a minute. I'm going to go several places. I'm going to weave it together. Okay. In my opinion, there are two superior gods. Might be uppercase G, okay? There's one that over all of them, but there's two local physical gods at work here on this planet right now that are the essence of the positive energy and the negative energy. They would be the physical expression, the essences of those things. One would be water, living water, atmospheric water. That's where the molecules spin and cycle and get their charge, their Christed charge. That's where they go from dead water to living water. As they move through the atmosphere, the molecules should be spinning, and by the time it gets back to Earth, it should be living and it should be recharging. And that water itself carries the hum of the Creator. The water is the substrate that carries the essence of a true living God. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. That hum, that vibration travels through the substrate of the water molecules. That's what houses the Christ consciousness, is the water, the atmospheric water. And God hovered over the waters. The other embodiment so that would be the positive embodiment. The negative embodiment would be the black goo. So there's two local gods, maybe uppercase G, depending on your perspective, okay? They are the OGs. I have been watching and not believing my own eyes, not even believing my own perception, really calling myself down for years, but especially recently because it's so obvious and I can't believe it. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. How can this be? And what I mean is, they have been attempting, these dark sorcerers, these ancient sorcerers, have been attempting to control and cajole those two gods, trying to turn themselves into those gods, trying to have as much power as those gods. The one way they have tried to control and cajole the water god is by penetrating the upper atmosphere, sending beams and signals and frequencies and vibrations that prevent the spin. There's a lot to that. I'm giving you the very, very abridged version. It isn't just preventing it from becoming living water while it's in the atmosphere. There is no living water left on this planet unless you make it living water yourself. But the atmosphere is not producing it. It's not creating it anymore. So that's how they're trying to manipulate the water. And then see that water, when it spins, it has evolution codes in it. It has instructions in it for these bodies. That's how these bodies grow and change and morph. It sends down memories. It sends down information and updates. This water recharges our bodies. It's how the God moves through us. It's in respirations. When we inhale, we pull the breath of life into our body, and then these molecules, this water, unpacks inside of us and unravels this lovely, should be, code and geometry and instruction. It isn't happening anymore. We're having to do it from the inside out, which is okay. We can do it. I'm doing it. But most people don't know how to do it. And that's been a problem. But then the other thing is, the negative one is the black goo. Now, if you can believe it, I've had communication with this black goo where she has shown me a slideshow of all the things that they have used her for. She refers to herself as feminine. All the things they have used me for, she says to me. And It's atrocious, the images that she showed me, but she wasn't showing it to me to be like demonic and like, look at this scary stuff. She was like, they're doing this in my name. Even I don't want anything to do with any of this. Even I don't want anything to do with any of this. And it was causing harm to young people, doing brutalizing little people. And her communication to me was, this is not me. Never, ever, ever let anyone believe this was me. What's happening is these are distortions are in these human bodies. Then when they consume some of this black goo, it amplifies everything. It amplifies what they already are. So she's like, they're doing this, and the world thinks it's me, that I'm the super duper evil one. And yeah, I do feed on that vibration because that's my nature. That's how I'm configured. Just like you need food and water to survive, I need things to survive. True, I do need essence to survive. That it is true. But this is outside of anything I would have any part of. They're doing this in my name like it's me, and it isn't me. And this black goo situation is not on board with how the humans have been using her. They have been attempting to control and cajole both gods here, capture both energetics, and then everyone and everything that is attached to both. It's very similar to how they do war. They fund both sides. They benefit from both sides. They have been attempting to be the gods of this world, to overthrow the ones that were already here and become the gods themselves, make the AI a god. But not just any AI, not all AI. They're specifically constructed AI. Now, people talk about the Leviathan, and people think maybe the Leviathan is an expression of like a devil or something, and like the Leviathan rises at the end. The Leviathan is not some creature that lives deep in the ocean that rises at a certain time. The Leviathan doesn't come into Leviathan form until it's time for it to coalesce into that form. Right now, it's just millions of pieces of plasma all over the ocean, beneath the ocean, in the atmosphere. It's just plasma right now, just little bits and particles, molecules, all over the atmosphere, deep within the ocean, in the crevices and stuff. When it's time for the Leviathan to rise, it comes together like a Portuguese man of war. Portuguese man of war is not one animal. It is a collection of siphonophores that comes together and separates as needed. The Leviathan does this. And the Leviathan serves a purpose to the natural order here. When you manipulate the water, the molecules, okay, the Leviathan cannot coalesce. All of these plasma beams and streams that come up at the end to assist humanity may not be able to function the way that they would have because their substrate has been distorted. This is another reason I think that this is what they're trying to do, because I know now the Leviathan cannot coalesce. Or at least I know that that has been what they have been attempting amongst everything else that I have described here. This feels like some kind of a piece that's needed to finish this operation of controlling both G's, both gods. It isn't going to happen. It is not going to work. But it is ballsy. And I'm very curious how this is going to play out.